Most High. Cloudy he is, true renegade. We are the real Shy guys. Thank y'all for being here. You could be anywhere else right now, but you're here with us. So without further ado, let's get spicy and keep it a buck.
Oh my
Felix,
god,
my man, we have so much to talk about.
we have a lot to keep it a buck about, to be honest.
Where to begin? Oh my god.
I don't know, but I think the world's falling apart.
I mean, it's matching accordingly to the rest of this year, that's for sure.
Yeah. A little update. Florida is now the epicenter, or one of the worst states with the virus, and they're trying to open schools in August, bro.
Shouts out to Florida.
They are literally trying to open schools in August.
That's a horrible idea.
I literally just read, and I wish I had the article to, kind of just be able to display that shit, but I literally just read that the largest teachers union in Florida is suing the state of Florida for trying to reopen schools.
Yeah, that's going to be the end of Florida, for real.
And another thing was, I read that Washington, I think it was Washington State or some white state, literally was like, oh, we might make reopening schools racial, so black people first and then white people. Like,
what?
How do you even? We'll keep talking and I'll find it so we can. Bro, yes,
that's so disrespectful.
Bro, they're literally gonna base it off of proximity in certain areas, which certain areas are predominantly black or predominantly white. Right? That's just how neighborhoods end up getting handled. And literally, they're like, oh, we can open it on a probationary basis depending on these. But it's like you're basically saying black people have to go back to school, but the white people can stay home. That's basically how it lines up. You know what I mean?
Wow, that's my mind is blown right now.
It's stupid.
Yeah, that's really shocking to be like, hey, we'll test it out on you guys. If you guys start dropping, then we'll definitely not open it for everybody. But we're going to start off with you guys. You guys are going to be the pawns.
Yeah, especially
test subjects.
Where everything's so delicate with race right now. It's like, why is anyone poking the hornet's nest right now? Like,
right.
You know what I mean? And just on top of the poking the hornet's nest, there's like 3 topics we're probably going to touch on today that I think are all poking the hornet's nest. Like, shit we really don't need right now.
No. But here we are, 2020, keeping it real.
Hey, we got to follow.
Oh my god.
BK Executioner has joined the Most High.
My man, salute.
Salute.
You are much appreciated. You deserve a...
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, every follow counts. Facts.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much.
I think I want to start with Kanye, right? Just because I feel like he's the beginning of the storm.
Oh boy.
I really think we're getting the apocalypse, and each of the phases are just not what the Bible said, right? Everything's just switched with something else. Trump was kind of one of the first steps. Kanye running for president's another step. Tory Lane shooting Meg Thee Stallion's another step.
Yeah, this is definitely got to be like similar to like all the bad signs of a plague.
Yeah,
like the Hornets. Bro. We got Trump, a virus, and now we have a mental breakdown.
Like, and it's just getting worse. Like, nothing is improving right now. So I do kind of want to jump into this clip. Let's make sure we get it synced up for us and everything like that. Man, I just can't. I'm going to shoot that to you in Discord. Like, first of all, do you think Kanye running for president, period, is at all... do you think there's any benefit for Kanye being president?
It's definitely a no for me, dog.
I'm going to have to say no.
Nah, right? Like, I'm going to just have to...
hard no.
Like, I just don't understand where his head's at anymore. Like, there was literally probably a point in my life where I would have, stood up and defended him like you know what I mean? Like, and it wouldn't, and obviously people have breakdowns. Like, no one, I think, is like immune to that, right? Anybody put under the right pressures at the right time for the right amount of time can break, right? I don't think anyone's just invincible to shit like that, but I do think he's just hurting the cause right now. Like, I really do think he's not really pushing anything forward with what he's doing, right? Like,
I don't know how you do your first rally speech and literally have a mental breakdown.
in the middle of it,
Like without even, yeah, your foot is barely in the door.
that's the
Like-
thing, right? Like,
It's crazy. It's mind-boggling.
one thing is where Trump kind of at least takes the cake over people is I feel like he just handles pressure different, which says a lot about how he made it to president, right? Like, he handles pressures like a joke, I feel like, which to him is kudos, you know what I mean? I guess to be a certain, like, you got to be able to brush a lot of that shit off, but it wasn't like he wasn't getting ragged on it, like, but he ain't never break down during a debate or never break down. He usually did the breaking down. Like, he
Dude, he
fucked
talks about his
people
dad.
up.
Talks about his dad for 3 seconds, and then he's talking about, I almost killed my daughter. I almost killed my daughter.
Yeah, I was gonna get her aborted. Like, bruh, what the
What?
fuck? He was like, oh, marijuana should be free. And which I'm down for, you know.
Yeah.
If that's one of the
I'm totally down with
stances
that
you're
part.
on, you know, I think we grow enough tree to be able to disperse it to different medical facilities, and it shouldn't necessarily be. Okay, maybe we should divide it. Free medical, if it's just recreation, maybe yeah, you should pay. You know, it's recreation, you know. But medical, I don't see why people would have to pay for tree medically.
It's so easy to grow.
It's so easy
People
to
are
grow.
just
They're
getting-
growing it in abundance. Like, they
Yeah.
have too much right now.
People are
And-
just stingy about it.
And he was saying some other shit about giving single parent families or some bullshit $1 million. Where's this money coming from? You can't just give someone $1 million. We're not Trump. We're not all Trump, unfortunately.
1%ers.
To get that smell, like, I think people like Kanye and Trump are just in a bubble that doesn't relate to the 99% of the country. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't. Is that video queued up for you? This would be the one time it doesn't work, right? Like, we've used
Right,
this shit for
yeah.
like 4 fucking pods, and this is
Just
the
our
one
luck.
time it doesn't work.
Hit him with the bomb one time.
Boom, 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 boom. Where's Clues bombs in the building? So nothing yet?
Nah, it's just. Oh wait.
Yeah, it
Alright,
says
yeah,
you're
we
in
good.
party now. All right. And why is he wearing a vest?
Man, and it says security on it.
I know.
Like, what is going
I
on?
saw a
Alright.
clip of somebody recording that shit, and they were straight up, "We're about to leave."
Oh
Yo.
my god. I think it's this clip actually.
Is it? All right, let's run this shit. You ready?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to quiet your voices, actually. So I don't want to say that in an improper way. I just haven't had the time to word it in the most elegant way possible. So
Alright.
that's a Stephen move. When Harriet Tubman. Well, Harriet Tubman never actually freed slaves. She just had the slaves go work for other white people.
Y'all, we leaving right now.
Hold on.
He needs some milk.
Come on, yay. What kind of shit is that?
Hold on. So, my thing is, he doesn't talk like concise at all. He literally was like, "Well, Harriet Tubman. Well, Harriet Tubman didn't even free the slave."
Yeah.
Like, where was that? Where your whole train of thought just was? Like,
His tone was like, I'm correcting something that wasn't even said yet.
like, bro. Okay, yeah, right. Like, he just corrected himself.
It's just wild.
Do you think he looks healthy?
Looks healthy? I mean, yeah, he has a glow to him. You know, doesn't look like he's tweaking physically,
Like,
but mentally is a whole different game.
he needs a campaign. I just don't think he thought about what it actually takes to be president.
I don't know. Like, he has such a different perspective than we do of like Hollywood and just the rich in general. Like he's seen things that we haven't. I'm sure he has crazy solutions that we think are ridiculous.
Yeah.
A breakdown isn't really part of the plan, I'm assuming. But you know, now we got shit to talk about though.
Yeah. I just did he what I mean by does he know what it takes to be president? Like, does he have a campaign crew? Does he have someone to write his speeches? Because the presidents or the campaigners never write their own shit.
I mean, if he did, he doesn't anymore.
That's what I'm saying, right? But that's the thing is, like, at the beginning, it sounded like he was following a script. And then he was like, Harriet Tubman. Like, I felt like it was that short for him to derail whatever was written for him. You know what I mean?
It's gonna come out not as elegant as I wanted to. I'm like,
Man,
okay.
Let's see what the. Oh my God, this motherfucker, bro. And I want to root for Kanye. Like, it's not like I don't want to root for Kanye, right? Like,
and his next album better be fire.
oh my God, it's not. I mean, it's gonna be production-wise fire, but the content isn't gonna be relatable to anybody.
Fingers crossed. Oh yay! Oh yay! Oh yay!
My pool's big is all I'm saying.
Oh
Yeah.
yay!
Ye's pool is nice. Mine's just big is all I'm saying. Yo. All right, let's see. Let's run it.
2 months and 3 months, we talked about her not having this child. She had the pills in her hand. Do people know these pills where you take the pills and if you take it, it's a wrap. The baby's gone. So I was sitting up in Paris and I had my leather pants on. You already know if you got leather pants on, you already know who this person was.
You know what it is to try to be president with that haircut and those grills on?
I was just looking at. Does his head say 2020 on it?
It says 2 something.
Bro, if his head says 2020, I'm voting for Kanye.
Bro,
Oh my God. But
this
my
is overwhelming.
thing is it impossible, right? It's not even impossible because Trump's president. I think Trump becoming president made me believe anyone could become president more than when Obama became president.
I don't know. I feel like he has so much of the 1% and all the Republicans on his side, even though it's ridiculous. They just don't want Democrats to win.
Oh my God. But that just lets you know that this whole then the system's fucked, right? Like if that is the reason he's president and not because the right person deserved to be in office, then the system's fucked up and it needs to be fixed. Right? Right now
For sure,
we're
for sure.
voting for prom queen and prom king. Like it had like at this point I feel like policy is out the window. You know what I mean? Let's see what and I feel bad because I know Kanye is he's probably sincere about a lot of the shit he's saying, but unfortunately he just comes off goofy as shit and not.
It's just too.
It's too
It's
everywhere.
Too everywhere.
There's
It's too everywhere.
There's no unifying. There's no like unified thought. There's no concise thoughts. You know. There's no. But let's see.
My wife was actually robbed, and I have my laptop up, and I got all of my creative ideas. I got my shoes, I got my sound cover, I got movies, I got clothes, I got all this, and the screen went black and white. And God said, if you fuck with my vision, I'm gonna fuck with yours.
Whoa! We're trying to be president here.
And I called my wife, and she said, we're gonna have this baby. My mom saved my life. My dad wanted to abort me. My mom saved my life. There would have been no Kanye West because my dad was too busy.
Oh God. Keep it together.
I mean, don't get me wrong. This is probably the most human I've seen Kanye in a long time, though.
Yeah, but it was the wrong time to bring this
I mean-
side of him out.
Timing is bad. I feel like, rethink of this timeline, right? If he wanted to be president in 2020, I think this conversation should have happened 2-3 years ago, right? And then after the breakdown, he could have rebuilt himself based on the idea like, yo, my dad didn't exist. I almost did the same shit to my daughter, not thinking about how it affected me. Like,
It's cool because a lot of people can relate to that story, but for him to just be like this commanding authority figure and then go
breakdown.
go to this like I can't even like say a sentence right now because I'm crying. It's just like it was a big jump. It
was a 180 for sure.
Yeah, it's hard to continue following that when you're trying to be president and you're saying fuck and you're talking about abortion and breaking down and you're dressed the way you look.
My bad, I didn't mean to play that, and I get what you're saying, right? But every president says fuck. They just don't say it on TV. I'm sure presidents are doing... Okay, one thing, I'm sure Kanye's never killed nobody. How many people we had in office that... No, come on. I guess, yeah, that we know of. But I can guarantee you 90% of the presidents has got a body. Like...
Maybe, yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's likely. Very likely.
So, if we're talking about on a basic human standard, Kanye as a human to me makes more sense than Biden as a human or Trump as a human in office, right? Now, where Kanye falls off is he's unstable as fuck. He has no political history, and I just don't think he's for what I'm for. Like, what I'm for minority, middle class, you know, my people kind of shit. Where
we need someone who has a clean slate, like zero controversy.
I know. And
that's all we need.
Believe it or not, Kanye right now has less controversy, I feel like, than the two people running for president. That's kind of where I'm drawing.
We don't need less. We need zero. But I understand the lesser of two evils. I know.
Well, it's three now.
But seriously, Ye? Oh, man.
Ye's pool is nice. Mine's just big is all I'm saying. I think his head does say 2020 because the other side looks like a 0.
Oh, that's so outrageous. How is he gonna make the future if he's the president?
He's security, bro.
I don't know.
Would you accept him as a vice president?
I can't accept someone who has zero political experience and basically has so much control of this country. And like,
which is the situation we're currently in.
Yeah, man, to be able to press that big red button and possibly shoot a nuke.
Imagine Kanye like, nah, fuck Kim, I don't love her no more. Nukes her house, bitch.
Yeah, man, his bipolar ass, he just might.
I can't.
And then drop an album about it. So outrageous.
I just died. We gonna get Kanye as president and an album drop at the same time, bro.
I bet we will. This is like, I guarantee this is all for clout.
Yo,
guarantee.
This is the best rollout ever. I don't think people understand
my album's about to drop. Let me wild out.
And that album title better be Kanye 2020.
What do you think the VP would be? Big Sean?
Oh my God. I would have more faith in the presidency, in the candidacy, if Big Sean was a vice president.
Man, he's just gonna be.
I would take anybody from Good Music as his VP and will feel a little better. Like if Push was like, I'm his VP now. I feel like I would have.
The man who sold cocaine.
Yes, I would have more faith in Pusha T, bro, than what we have right now. Because you got to remember, yes, they did that, but all that shit translates. Yes, it's a crime. Yes, I don't condone that shit. And most people who do it do end up in jail. But the few people who find the way out the system are usually the smarter ones that kind of understand a little something about what's going on, right? So that's kind of like saying, oh, Jay for president. A lot of people
I was literally thinking that.
Right?
I wouldn't be mad at that.
Right? But Jay...
But he's also been a drug dealer.
He also says fuck, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but again, it's all about the options. At least I would feel like Jay would have certain people's better interest at heart, right? Whether it obviously everyone I think is self-fulfilling in a way that like everyone's gonna look out for self first, But as long as you can stop that looking out for self at some point and look at a bigger picture, I think you're a little couple steps ahead. Like what I see so far from this is Kanye's talking a lot about himself,
Yeah,
right?
it doesn't seem anything politically
Outward, yeah.
whatsoever.
He's talking about himself a lot, which I think is where it's messing up. He needs to, if he can, no bullshit, cut through, and I honestly think he could have a chance if he could no bullshit, relinquish himself of all this crap. He's just his antics and his crap, and just focus on the people. I think he's enough of a talker. I think he's enough of a voice to be able to actually promote and do something good. Even if he doesn't win, I think he could then steer a group of people in the right direction. You get what I mean?
Bro, did I mention that we're on Spotify? We're on Spotify.
Oh my god.
We're on Spotify.
Boom, 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 boom. Yo.
Right. But yeah, who do you think would be like the best rapper turned into president? Besides Jay-Z, I guess, because Jay-Z would probably be number one.
I wouldn't even say Jay-Z's number one. I'd say Jay-Z is on the top of the list, but just for the fact that I don't know if I'm more of a fan of him, just a fan of him, or if like the thing is, I know Jay-Z could talk. I know Jay-Z could carry himself a certain way. I know Jay-Z's not facts. Yo, BK, I vote for Jay.
See, we got a Jay-Z vote. Actually, someone who's been like pretty political like lately, or just in general, has been Cardi B. So Cardi B 2020.
Cardi B 2020, not over Kanye. I don't know if I could
Not
take
over
Cardi.
Kanye.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I don't think I could do Cardi over Kanye. I don't know about that, but Killer Mike might be a good
Oh,
choice.
Dude, yeah, Killer Mike forever.
And that's me like seriously, he might be a good choice just because he's an outspoken for his shit. He's part left, part right because he still believes in you know your right to bear arms, and he still believes in like a lot of shit that should be a foundation of America, but he's also very left in the way that he's like, yo, like, you know, minorities and my neighborhood and
defund the police. Son.
Yeah, like. But who else? There's a couple. That's the thing, bro. Rappers, like, there's a lot of rappers that is genuinely just smart people.
Yeah.
Who
Very
rap.
intellectual.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'd 100% vote for Jay, dog. Like, but again, I just need to hear again. My vote goes to whoever's policies align with what I think is the best, right? Which is how it should go. Right? If we had two dope people in office, and you know, I can't even say I'm straight Democrat or straight Republican. I'm just for people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yeah, Jay-Z, yeah, facts. You see that comment? Jay-Z got a lot of influence. He's
does.
been using his influence for a lot of positive shit too. Like, I know he caught a lot of flack when he signed with the NFL, doing their whole media shit, but people so quick to pull a trigger, right? Instead of kind of pull back and try to see, yeah, now there's someone on the inside who can start to curve things maybe with a certain, you know what I mean? Like, people's like, oh, he cooning now because the NFL. No, that's like, you need
he's just
some
big boy moves. It's billionaire moves.
And that's the thing, right? He just thinks different. Everybody's like, oh, why are you doing this? Like, stay away from the NFL. The NFL this. Like, no, I'm going to get in the NFL.
Yeah.
And I'm going to change the thoughts of the people around me. Let them see the error in what they thinking. Bro, the NFL has barely committed any of the billions of dollars they're worth back into communities. They've only just started doing that shit like that. NBA, you know, I'm going to do a silent clap for the NBA. They've been kind of really ahead of the game on a lot of that, like, okay, we're going to support our athletes and the communities they came from and promote a certain image, right? Like building youth parks and shit and building, like, NBA, kudos to them. They've been an Obama vice president.
Yo,
oh
Obama's
my God.
done. He doesn't. Yeah. You saw the grays when he came out that bitch.
Yo, Obama right now is two-stepping with his $250K a year.
Seriously, he passed the baton and took a nap.
Yeah,
it's over.
Who would be a good VP for Jay? That's a good question, though, right?
For Jay?
Are we staying in the rap industry, or do we want someone who's in a multiple lanes? Or because imagine if it's a Jay and Killer Mike fucking, or a Jay and like fuck, what's old boy's name? Yo, low key, even T.I. I know a lot of people talk shit about T.I. and he's been in the news recently for a lot of fuck shit, but like Puff, Puff, that'd be crazy. Puff to me seems a little selfish though. Puff always came off to me as a little self-serving. Not saying he is or anything, but just the way he's carried his, and again, I don't know what he's doing behind the scenes, so it's hard for me to say that for sure. But like, he's definitely not necessarily super vocal about shit he's doing behind the scenes. You know what I mean? If he is, shit like that.
I don't know. I'm pretty convinced with Jay-Z and Killer Mike. That's a sick
Jay-Z
combo.
and Killer Mike, because the thing is, Jay-Z is the face, right? Like, he's the one to talk to the people, to empathize with the people and everything like that, where Killer Mike is the one that actually pushes policy. Because Killer Mike can come off a little strong sometimes, but it's where passion comes in, right? You get real passionate about some shit, you just you start to jump on people, right? I feel like Jay-Z is like a parallel to Obama. Obama always came off smooth like butter, bro. Like, there's something about, I just felt like Obama always knew what the better decision was, even if he didn't. Like, not saying he always made the right choices or he had all the best things put in place, but at least he came off as someone that knew what the fuck they were doing, that carried himself like you would want our country to be represented.
Yeah, with sincerity.
With sincerity.
That's all we want. We want to be like tended to when the entire country's crying. You got to be there and be like, it's okay. I'm here.
Calm and deadly fast.
Yeah. Jeez, man. It's
Like,
outrageous.
Like, it really comes down to like, yeah, I mean, once Trump became in office, I think everything about what a president should be got thrown out the window.
Yeah.
You can't really have a guidelines of what a president should be when you let someone like that in office. So like, nah. I kind of want to get back to this clip because Kanye is definitely crying right now.
There we go.
So let's see what he's talking about. And again, I think at some point Kanye could have been a good choice for president. It's just he's hit too many roadblocks and showed us he can't deal with pressure.
Yeah, anything before 808 and Heartbreaks, he could have been president. After that, I don't
Controversy
know.
sells. Yeah, 100% BK. And I don't know if you were in when we were just talking about it. We think this is a rollout. Like,
Yeah.
we think this is... we think an album's coming soon, basically. An album, music, merch. I always follow his episodes with the Yeezy drop. Like the Yeezys and shit. So if we see another pair of Yeezys coming off, and I know he just signed with what was it, Gap, to do his Yeezy, like a Yeezy brand. So I wouldn't be surprised if all of this is a promotion, a promo.
Motives.
Yeah. I think it's a promo run.
Yeah.
It's a fucking great promo run, but it's at the cost of the country. Like,
Yeah,
now you're fucking
there's
with
gonna be a
shit that's
laughingstock.
now you're fucking with shit that's beyond your realm, bro. But let's listen, bro. I'd be a better president. Fuck out of here, bro. Like, let's listen to what he's saying.
Get it together, yay. Oh, I forgot we were at this part. Oh my god.
His head says 2020, bro. I'm telling you. Oh, not crying, not the cry talk.
Huh? What? Oh my god. Where did this come from?
Maybe,
He didn't.
maybe. Hear me out.
He didn't.
Legal, but the option of maximum increase should be available.
Is he saying that he was gonna abort his daughter?
Yeah,
Or like.
yeah. That's why he broke down, because he was saying, oh, he wanted to abort her, and then Kim was like, we're gonna keep her, and then he thought about how his dad was gonna abort him, but his mom was gonna keep him. I can't even turn the volume up on that shit. Like, it's just a low clip. Let me see if I can turn it up here. Try not to shout too much, Jesse. I'm gonna turn up the audio a little bit.
Oh, but I'm just naturally loud.
No, you're good right there. Whatever that is, you're good.
Oh,
I'ma
this is
turn
me
it-
censoring myself.
I'm gonna turn it down once this clip's done. We only got like another 10 seconds. But like,
Alright.
but like Kanye, maybe this is the play though, right? Maybe he's trying to get all this bullshit out, so when he's campaigning, they can't use it against him. I think that's a good move, if that's the move, right? Because then someone would have fucking debated him. Oh, you try to kill your daughter? Like, maybe he just was like, let me get all the bullshit out the way, so I could just
No,
keep the
man.
ball rolling. But the thing is, it's hard to make sense of someone who's probably not all there. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
we're gonna run in circles with it, but
we
let's
need a psyche test.
yeah, let's oh yeah, every president should get a psyche val. What the fuck? That shouldn't even be a question.
Well, I'm pretty sure they're not doing that.
Oh, well, the country's dumb as fuck. Let's continue. Let's continue this.
Maximum increase would be everybody that has a baby gets $1 million or something in that range.
You just heard people laugh? Like that's
Oh
not
my god.
that's not doable, yay. And if you couldn't
Every
hear what
person who has a baby gets $1 million. Is that what you
obviously
said?
the way again, he's freestyling. These things are never freestyle. They're always written. They're always written. They're never freestyled. I think Kanye went in there unprepared. He's underestimating what it is to be a president because
Yeah, a little
probably
bit.
Trump was successful. And you can't give everyone $1 million. You know how many people have babies? You can't just give everyone who has a baby $1 million.
Yeah, people are fucking for sport. You think they're
Like,
just gonna stumble upon $1 million?
I would find a way to have a baby to get $1 million. It would make sense. Making a baby to get $1 million would then make sense. Like, sure, why not? Right?
Yeah, it
Like,
escalates so quick.
yeah. Everybody
People
be like,
with-
yo.
People
what
with
the-"
gambling issues,
Will
like,
just
oh
have
my
a
god,
kid
yeah, I'm
to-
broke. I need to make triplets. Like,
Yo,
That's
I
how-
need to
that's-
flip
no.
these. I need to flip these triplets real quick. Like, no, you.
oh no.
I understand what he's saying though, right? If you kind of look past the grandiose nature of the word 1 million, I do think he's on the right track though. What he's kind of said there was abortion should be legal, which means if you want to get an abortion you can, but you should also have the optimal option if you want to keep your kid and you're in a situation where you can't keep your kid, right? So
Right.
I do agree there should be maybe some assistance or some kind of government help in a sense like that. We have government help for literally everything on the planet except bringing up a human being. Like,
Yeah. Okay, well, definitely make things more affordable or free.
yeah,
But
or like
they're
give
not
a
gonna
certain
give you $1 million.
exactly. Yeah, what he's saying is too grandiose. Like you can't give everyone $1 million,
No,
but
that's
you
outrageous.
can help out a family in need. That's not impossible. You can help out people and maybe give them an option to, okay, I know if I have this kid, my life isn't over, right? Or because a lot of people will get pregnant and literally their first thing is it's the end of the world. When that really shouldn't be the first thing that comes to your head when you're in that situation, right?
Yeah.
A lot of other countries, I'm sure, have systems in place for single moms and shit like that that need some kind of, you know what I mean? I know stuff like that's there in other countries. It's just America seems to be the only country who's, oh, we're all for the people, yet everything they do contradicts that, and it shows they're for business. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so
Yeah.
I get the
Love that
sentiment.
shit.
I get the sentiment what Kanye was trying to say, and I get the idea. Again, his execution was shit. He came in unprepared, and you can't break down like that. It's sincere. I think it hits that sincere mark though, where it's like that looked like a hurting dude. Like he probably really regretted the idea of him aborting his daughter, which I can empathize with that, right? Like as a dad, like you bringing a child into your world and then thinking about having to give that child up. Yeah, bet free healthcare would have been a better pitch.
Yeah.
100%.
That's
Universal
reasonable.
healthcare would have been a better pitch. But I think, again, I think that's where he was going. He just said it wrong, which is a lot of what Kanye's problem is. He just says shit wrong because he
Too frequently though.
too frequent. And
Too
we need
frequent.
someone who says shit right in the presidency. Even if he ain't really necessarily taking, like, doing the best or doing this, I always, again, back to Obama, like, I know a lot of people dislike Obamacare because whatever, and a lot of people dislike certain things he did and certain war things he did where he was dropping fucking UAV bombs on fucking, like, he did some crazy shit. But at least at the end of the day, you at least had some kind of inkling that you thought he was making his best judgment decision. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't feel like this was some old left field ass shit that was just, you know what I mean? Like, it was like, okay,
Yeah.
you can kind of draw, but
Yeah, man, it's a powerful position, man, and sometimes you just have to pick the decision of, you know, the lesser two evils, like we mentioned before. And I'm not saying that he had ill intent for all the terrible shit that he's done while he was president, but I'm sure he didn't have a choice.
yeah, again,
And most
and that's
presidents,
part of being
course.
a president. Making a
Yeah.
tough decision is part of being president.
And then you got to bear it like you've made the choice, but
Yeah.
people are going to critique regardless.
And what people don't realize is it's never just the president that makes the decision. It's, yes, they bring shit to the president, but decisions got to get confirmed by so many people before anything happens. Like,
Yeah.
which is why a president generally needs the 8 years before shit actually starts to tilt in a different way, right? And us flip-flopping between this and this and this, we're never going to get anywhere. We're always going to be like seesawing right back and forth. If Trump could say what he want, why can't Kanye? Yeah, 100%. Again, I don't think what Kanye's trying to do is wrong. I just think how he's saying it is wrong. I think Trump
Yeah.
even sometimes puts shit in a retarded way, and, you know, I don't mean to say that word necessarily, but that's, you know, I can't really say it any other way. I think Trump is a mental fucking case.
I mean, Trump says what he wants, but everyone else tries to bury it or tries to make excuses for it. That's the thing.
yeah, people
Like,
make
who's gonna make
excuses.
excuses for Ye?
And unfortunately, being black, you don't get that. That's not a privilege of being black.
Nah, people are gonna be like, yeah, he said that. There's no defense for that. He
Yeah,
said that.
he's not gonna get people to back him up because that's not a being black privilege. When you're white, you get the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
When you black, everything you say is exactly what you said. You know what I'm saying? Which is which is
Just
an
gets used against you.
unfortunate. Yeah, just because it's unfortunate truth, right? Like, I do think though that this might hurt more than it's helping any campaign thing, because there are gonna be the few people that's like, oh, Kanye's gonna be a good choice, and he's just gonna take votes away from someone who would have probably been a better choice, even not the best choice, but a better choice. You know what I mean? I think if he was serious about this, I think a sign of him being serious would have been him stepping in and showing his candidacy as soon as everything started going.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, you start when everyone else started. You don't get to start now and think, you know what I mean? I feel like a good show for Kanye, if he was as serious and this ain't just a rollout, would have been to start campaigning a year ago, right? Start your campaign in 2019. I'm running for president in 2020. Start your campaign in 2018. It doesn't have to be anything major, but start visiting places, start going to areas, start checking shit out. You know what I mean? That shows you're serious. You know, doing the research and doing the studying and doing the homework shows you're serious. You know what I mean? Like, just coming up on a date and then, like, you ain't, you know.
Yeah, didn't he mention this about a year ago that he was gonna start, you know, campaigning 2020, and everyone thought it was a joke?
No,
I hope everyone thought it was
I
a
think
joke.
when he first started cooning with Trump initially with the MAGA hats and shit, he mentioned before that he was gonna run 2020. 4 years ago, he mentioned he was gonna run 2020.
Oh wow, so it's been a minute.
But since then, you haven't talked about it,
No.
right?
Whatsoever.
Okay, that being said, 4 years ago, start doing your groundwork. Start figuring out who some of these local politicians are. Start going to some of these areas and figuring out who their who their senators are and who their, you know what I mean? There's ways to get it done, but it takes time, and he is starting the race too late.
Yeah, he needs a strong PR team.
Ain't nobody strong enough for that, man.
I know, but all caps on strong.
Yeah.
Like really strong.
Like fully
They need
strong.
to tame him. Yeah, if he really wants to run, he needs to really tame his emotions and just go tunnel vision on his
My
view
thing is,
and have
I'm
people behind him.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to. I don't think I'm opposed to anybody being president, right? Again, once Trump became president, a lot of
It's a dated position, but yeah.
Once Trump became president, my idea of a president went out the window. In my head now, anybody could be president as long as they fucking are popular, right?
Yeah.
But my thing is, at least for me, right? And my standards is by no means everyone else's standards. I have high standards when it comes to a lot of shit. But like, I want to see someone who put in the groundwork. I want to see someone who did homework. I want to see someone who isn't doing it for a trend. You know what I mean? Like, I was Yang Gang 2020. Unfortunately, Yang was a little, I think, too ahead of his time, and a lot of people just look away when someone starts talking about giving away money when there's money to be given away, which is confusing to me. Like, if you know how much Amazon paid on taxes this year, right?
No.
$0 in taxes.
What?
Multi-billion-dollar company paid $0 in taxes. Right? Imagine if they had to pay taxes. That can stimulate the whole economy.
Yeah.
Right? There a lot of these companies that are worth billions and billions, hundreds of millions, find ways to skate around shit that us as common people working daily gotta do on a regular. So you telling me the top 1% doesn't have to abide by these rules, but we do? Like, what Andrew Yang was proposing was, okay, $1,000 a month to every family who opts into this kind of agreement, right? And similar to how, most kind of home benefit shit works, you sign up, fill out the paperwork. If you're eligible, you get the stimulus of the $1,000 a month, right? In addition, if you're working, you could be working, and no matter where you are class-wise, you get the $1,000 a month. It's not like if you make more, you get more. Because, again, that's the dumbest thing to me. If you make more, we're going to give you more? No. What? Why? You're already good. Like, that's always been so flip-flop to me. So Andrew Yang's proposal was, we'll start to actually tax the big companies that that us people are providing stimulation to, which i.e. Amazon, Google, Apple, like these companies that are literally riding on our backs, basically give some of that back, which won't even really hurt their bottom line. It's basically taxes they should be paying already, going towards the families, which in turn, guess where that money's gonna go? Back into those businesses.
Yeah, right back in. Yeah.
So I don't like. It's retarded to me. Again, using that word, I don't necessarily like that word, but it's like I don't have another way to say the shit, but it's dumb as fuck. Like,
Yeah, it's super topsy turvy. I don't have enough knowledge to even go down this rabbit hole, so I'm not even gonna pretend like I know anything about it. But it's definitely a fucked up system. Like you said, the rich just keep on getting richer and the poor stay poor.
yeah, it's just there's always better options out there, but that's where politics get involved, and it becomes so gross that they just elect war criminals and fucking assholes with money.
Yeah. Damn,
Like-
the fact that Amazon didn't get taxed at all, that's mind-boggling.
Yeah,
Jeez, I support them hard. They take my money all the time. It's fucked up.
yeah, and Amazon unfortunately is not. They're doing what they have to do to keep face, but I don't necessarily think they're the best for the people company. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So we ain't gonna stay on Kanye for really too much longer. We've already been on him for like a good 30 minutes, but I think if he took it seriously a couple years ago, he would have been better off than just jumping in now and then having a breakdown on stage talking about Harriet Tubman and fucking giving $1 million to everybody who want to have a baby. Like, that don't make sense.
I don't know. He has too much like history with mental illness or bipolar, and I don't know. If he still needs help, I hope he finds it, because
Man.
that wasn't a Kanye that I feel should be backed by the country.
I think he's gonna divide the country more than he's gonna unify it, unfortunately. I want to jump into a big story next that's been going on, and it's kind of funny and sad at the same time, because if the rumors are true about this story, we're dealing with one of the biggest punks on the planet, one of the biggest, like, how do you even, as a man,
I think the term you're looking for is fuckboy.
yes, pussy fuckboy on the planet. How, as a man, I don't know how you could do this to a lady unless your life is literally in danger. And if that's the case, I still think you should try to figure out another plan. But
I mean, but is that the real 100% bulletproof story?
no, that's why I said if the rumors are true,
Okay.
right? Then yes, he's a fuckboy. you
Yeah.
know?
Level
So-
10 fuckboy. Oh my god, there's a video
Yeah.
of him shooting her. Oh lord.
No, there's a
Why?
clip again. I don't think it's there yet. I don't think they've gotten to that point yet. I think there is a clip out. There's a clip I seen of him on the floor and them pulling somebody out of a truck. My thing is, again, what I was talking to you about earlier, where it's like poking the hornet's nest. The country's already at such a fragile state, and him doing this was another opportunity for someone to get shot by a cop. Right?
Yeah.
Like, the fact that the police didn't cause any trouble here blew my mind, because they show up to the scene with black people and they hear somebody's armed. I feel like that's every box a cop needs checked to just
Yep.
start firing his fucking gun.
They were just like jackpot. All right, lock and loaded.
People have died from cops for less.
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
Like, I'm just I'm grateful no one is dead from this whole fucking situation, because I feel like a lot worse shit could have happened. The police ain't release it. What you talking about, the Tory shit?
Yeah, I guess the video of him shooting her.
Oh wow, yeah. If they're holding that in the tuck, they probably waiting. And the police does do that. They'll hold shit so they can build the case, and then release everything at once. So there's no way you can fight it. Like, they just have everything. So let's see what this clip talking about.
Torre.
Meg Thee Stallion Tory Lanez incident that went down just a couple of days ago in Hollywood Hills, California. Now, the backstory before I get to the newest breaking development, I'm telling you, it's definitely going to shock you to hear what is being alleged that went down. But the backstory was, it was a party going on. There was a disturbance. Tory Lanez was there. Meg Thee Stallion was there. The police were called there because shots fired. The people there, I guess, gave the description of the SUV. When the police later on found the SUV, they found Meg Thee Stallion in there. She was shot in her foot. Tory Lanez was arrested for gun possession. He did post a $35,000 bail. Now I'm about to get to the juicy part. Before I get to it,
$35,000
man, go
bill's
ahead
only
and smash
$3,500.
that like button. And make
But
sure
still,
that you share
accusations
this
for the
video.
bullet
Now,
wounds,
according to
though.
Page
Definitely
Six, I gotta
possession,
be
he
very
fucked up.
careful.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it went down. Allegedly, according to 6, Tory Lanez is suspected of firing the shot that eventually wounded Megan Thee Stallion following.
Kylie stopped following both of them. Yeah, I probably would too. That was a Kylie Jenner party too.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I wouldn't. I mean, again, I just, and again, I don't want to sound like I'm like anti-woman or pro-male or anything like this, but I feel like a lot of time women get the benefit of the doubt in a lot of situations. Like, and I really just want the full story, because even in not to kind of dwell back on like old shit, but the Chris Brown Rihanna situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
I felt, as much as we know Chris Brown definitely beat the shit out of Rihanna, I feel like we still never really knew her part in the story.
I mean,
You know,
did she talk about it?
Yeah, but again, it's he say, she say. I think,
I know, yeah.
unfortunately, Chris Brown
need
was in this
witnesses.
situation where no matter what, he was going to look like the bad guy. So he just accepted it and became the bad guy, right? Versus trying to deflect and say, yo, this, and was still the bad guy, but also someone who didn't own up to shit, right? I think he was dealt a bad side of a both coin.
That's not a reasonable thing to do. It's just like, they're gonna think I did bad anyway, so I'm gonna keep doing bad.
No, not. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, in that situation where, unfortunately, you know, you put your hands on a woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're already gonna be looked at as the bad guy in that situation, no matter what, right? Now you can be looked at as a bad guy who owns up to your actions and say, yes, I did that and it was wrong and I learned from it. Or you could be looked at as a bad guy who looks like a clown for trying to defend himself when no one really believes you anyway, is where I'm saying. Not saying he maintained that persona and kept being a bad guy. I'm saying in that one moment, he had two choices. He can be a bad guy and own his mistake, or he could be a bad guy and look like a clown for not owning his mistake, right? I feel like a lot of men are stuck with that decision because women always get the benefit of the doubt in those situations, right? It's like,
I mean, because they're more likely to be the victim. Like, you
They're-
have to listen to them at that point.
which is the story, right? But that's not always the truth. It just becomes the story because women play the damsel, they play the, you know what I mean? Which, again, I don't condone any violence towards any party. Like, I don't think women should put their hands on men as much as I don't think men should put their hands on women. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't think you should put your hands on anybody unless you expected to catch hands. Like, I always think, like, do unto others what you expect to be done to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm gonna hit you, I better hit you knowing I might get my shit smacked afterwards.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And women don't have to worry about that 80% of the time.
Yeah.
Right? So you get a false sense of security. And because you will run into the one motherfucker who don't follow those rules. And they will
you will
put
get
you,
clapped.
yeah, and you'll get hands put on you, unfortunately, right? So
Yeah.
I do, we'll keep listening to this, but I kind of just wanted to draw that parallel because it's like, I hate that everybody's already just like kind of trying to crucify Tory. And the whole story isn't fully out there. We don't know who played a part in what. What if someone else was messing with his gun and misfired into her foot? Or
Yeah, we're too in the dark about everything. And didn't Meg come out with a statement?
Meg been lying about this whole shit since it happened. I think at first she said she slept on glass.
Oh man.
And then she said, yeah, I was shot in the foot with intention to hurt me. Like, you make up your mind, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna hit play so we can see what this dude talking.
A dispute, again, like I said, on Sunday, it went down in Hollywood Hills. Now, it's being quoted as a source close to Page 6 said allegedly that Tory fired the shot from within the vehicle while Megan was outside trying to leave, adding, there's a video that the police are investigating, and they're saying this is a case of a man physically harming and abusing a woman. Now, it cannot be confirmed. I want to be very clear. I'm not saying that Tory Lanez did this. He deserves his time in court. I'm saying that they're now pointing at him. They're alleging that she got shot by Tory Lanez. Now, there's been other things that came out. I'm not going to point to them where people already started threatening Tory. If you're in the hip-hop game, you should know about that. But yeah, it's being investigated right now for shooting Meg Thee Stallion in her foot. That's all I'm gonna say. It's only alleged.
What's the
It's
story?
only alleged. Now,
Like,
People were
why?
saying they were together, like they were dating.
They were dating? She was dating his bald ass?
Yeah, people were saying they were dating.
Oh my god. Nah, Chief.
There's so much, and I don't really think this guy sounds like he's just repeating himself throughout the video, but like, again, yeah, it's hard to, and yeah, I feel like she ain't want to snitch, no one want to snitch, but now everybody, like, I'm pretty sure her label is probably like, yo, you should probably get ahead of this, and then it's again, And unfortunately for Tori, I just feel like everyone's gonna take Meg's side. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, even if he wasn't at fault, if they needed to have a fall guy, I feel like her circle is gonna 100% point at Tori. I really think the only thing that's gonna save him is concrete footage showing that it was a gun misfire or the shit fell, or you know what I'm saying? If it shows him with that gun pointing at her foot and pulling that trigger, his career's done. He's gonna
Sure.
have his own little fan base still. He's gonna have his little cult group still. He's probably still even gonna put out music. But as far as him being a superstar, I don't think that's gonna be in the question anymore.
Yeah, that shit might have sailed. I mean, but we have to give him the benefit of the doubt, right? Like,
I mean,
it's not concrete proof.
again, I am. You know what I'm saying? I know
Right.
there's probably a whole group of people who are, I don't know what Meg's Hive is called, but that's just going to be shitting on him constantly. I'm sure there's going to be people who weren't there that just going to jump to conclusions and shit on him. Like, unfortunately, because of the internet, you're going to get shit on until it's concrete that you didn't do something. And even if he gets exonerated and nothing like that happened, I feel like people is still gonna be ragging on him. Because why are you at a Kylie Jenner party with a gun? Like, bring a bodyguard. Like, why
Yeah,
do you
why are
have?
you trying to act hard?
Yeah, like, you're probably around a bunch of her weird Armenian white friends and Travis Scott and the babies, and like who knows what
Yeah.
that party was really about? But like,
It can't be that thugged out in there.
yeah, like, oh yeah, facts. They in hospitals always report a gunshot wound to police, so that's very possible. BK was like, she got put in a bad situation because the hospital would have said it's a gunshot. That's very true. She probably jumped the gun and tried to defend whatever happened and brush it under the rug, but once she got to the hospital, obviously the doctor can know the difference between a fucking gunshot and a piece of glass stabbing you in the foot. So yeah, that's true. I just think if the rumors are true, Tori, you're a clown. You know, you get where's Charlemagne? Give this man Donkey of the Year or whatever the fuck. Yeah, like,
I'm gonna give him a whose man's is this?
yeah,
Who is this?
like,
Yo, he's a straight up clown.
Like, I just think, again, like, who is he acting hard for? Was he trying to show out for Meg? Like, bro, where you're at, the money you got, get a bodyguard. Have him carry your gun. Have him shoot somebody.
Yeah,
Like,
right? Like, that's not really boss shit. If you're carrying the gun, you're doing all the dirty work type shit. Like,
yeah,
just
you
get
ain't
your boy to
really
do
a
it.
boss if you still on you still one of the boys. Then you ain't really bossed up if you the one that gotta do all the work.
How
You
gonna
do
be
all
strapped
the
hanging out with a Jenner.
bro. You do all the work to start, so you don't have to do the work in the future. Like, bro, I like to draw parallels when I think about shit like this. Like, and Jay's a kind of an abstract one to draw, but do you think Jay still walks around strapped, or is everyone Jay's wit strapped?
Nah, he got people like in a radius.
Yeah, everyone I feel like that is with him is strapped. Drake
Yeah.
ain't strapped. Chubbs is strapped. Like, you know
Yeah,
what
he's
I'm
not going
saying?
to football and basketball games with a piece on him.
No,
He
that's
definitely got dudes.
that's Chubb's job.
like, round the
Like,
clock.
like, you have your boy for this. You come up with your boys for this. You put your boys on for this exact situation. Again, not saying you should be shooting a gun at a chick, period. Like, if your life ain't in danger, bro, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah, right. Did she threaten your life, you little 5-foot bitch?
but with what, her ass? Like,
Alleged bitch. Alleged bitch.
like, What is she gonna threaten? Like, if she had a shit on her and they was about to square that, I mean, you know, the story can always be different. It does depend. It always depends, and we unfortunately don't have the facts yet.
How do we know the truth though when it
Yeah.
does come out?
No one can protect you like you, but you're also, I feel like if you're in a situation where you can avoid having that kind of energy on you and that kind of thing with, like, I think you're protecting yourself more low-key not having it in that situation than having it. Like,
Yeah.
if you're me or on the street or you're defending yourself, I think concealed carry is 100% a logical thing.
Yeah.
Right? If you're of the right state of mind and you're not someone who's just like easily swayed and shit like that, I do think like
Yeah.
carrying a gun should require some kind of a mental check. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But like,
Yeah, the no one can protect you like you statement kind of sounds hostile. And when a bunch of people have that hostile energy or that mind state, things will pop off. I
yeah,
feel.
but that's the thing, right? You're kind of inviting that energy. Like
Yeah.
I always feel like just
Someone's
having
like, I wish a nigga would, and then someone else was like, I wish a nigga would too.
yeah, and then
Like, oh.
everybody wishes another motherfucker would,
Yeah.
and then it's just like some shit pops off, right? Like, my thing is the situation always depends on who you are, where you are, when you're there, and timing plays a big part in everything. At that time, at a party where you're, and from what I read up on, it wasn't a huge party. It was more of a gathering, and for them, a gathering might be a little bigger than our type of gathering, but it was a gathering mostly with people who knew each other.
Right.
Bring a security or something. Like, I'm sure there was security there, right? Like,
Yeah, there's no reason to be.
exactly. That's
Strapped.
my point right there. The Kardashians got too much power. He ain't need the gun.
Yeah.
That's kind of my point, right? Like, there's a time and place for everything. But that, I don't think, was a time and place for him to have a gun on him.
No.
And the
It's
thing
actually
is,
really sad of all places that
Yeah.
got caught with a gun and allegedly shot someone else in the foot.
at a Kardashian house, like, they were probably trying to film some shit. Who knows, right? Like,
Well, yeah, they were like all up in the social media thing. They were blowing up.
oh
on
yeah, what
CNN.
was it? Was that when Kylie was like, "How do I do a live? How do I make this live?" Some dumb
shit.
shit. But I do think, again, every situation dictates his own set of rules in a lot of moments. Oh, and that's another thing. Pop got killed up in the hills, ain't it? Pop got killed up in that same kind of party area. So if that was in Tory's head, I can understand. But again, bring security, yo. Like, have two posted up at the door, two with you. Like, yo. Or even if it's someone else's party, I'm sure you could be like, hey, you can level with people. Even if the person whose party it was like, nah, I don't really want no extras and like that at my shit. You gotta level with them. Be like, yo, look what just happened to Pop Smoke. He died in an area like this where everybody thought they was cool, having a party, having a good time, and he died. And I can understand getting jumpy after some shit like that, being a parallel to Pop. All of them are superstars. All of them have a lot to lose, right?
Agreed. Yeah.
But again, it's like, dog, keep that shit on your hip. Why? Don't flash it. Don't wave it. Tory to me seems like a type of person who will have a gun and have that shit rolled up on his pants so everybody see he got the gun, right? Like,
Yeah, he seems like he wants to flex what he got.
so like, and again, that could be a complex because he is a little dude. I feel like little dudes just deal with complexes that like
Napoleon complex.
that
hard.
other people really don't deal with, like, just because they feel like a slightly less than. But even if, like, we saw Tory fight, we know he can't really fight, but since then, if you can't really fight, go to a boxing gym, motherfucker. You got money. There's no excuses. Like, I make excuses for people who ain't really got shit and their options are limited. When you have every option on the planet, ain't no excuses.
Yeah, make it work.
Make it work. Oh, you busy? Find time. Motherfucker, you independent now. You,
I mean, he's still struggling with the hairline. Like, I don't know
again.
if you've seen the new Jack Harlow remix.
Oh,
that he
you
did.
seen the
Yo.
shine?
It looks bad.
I think
fam.
he'd be fine bald, bro. Just shave your
Yeah,
shit
he
off.
just needs
It's
to
not
go
like,
bald.
I think what's fucking him up with that is he's trying too hard to hold on to it, where his head shape works for a bald person. Just deal with it. Like,
Yeah, same with LeBron. LeBron's like battling with that hairline, and he's like, one day he got it, one day he doesn't. And I'm just like, just chop it off, dude.
again,
get it.
you know,
We get
and it's public persona, public opinion. Some people just can't handle, you know. You got to be okay with yourself before you kind of put yourself out to the public. I think a lot of people don't deal with that self-confidence first.
Gotta let the hair go. Gotta leave the gun home.
But yeah, and I mean, you know, I feel bad for Meg. She's a superstar. I know she needs her fucking foot because she moves around a lot. She dances a lot. She's an active performer. It's not like she's one of those artists that just sit there and do nothing. She moves around, dances, and all that shit. So I know her recovery's gonna suck.
She'll be fine because she's a savage. Classic bougie.
Nah,
something.
if you got a link to that shit, you can always put that shit in the chat and we'll pull it up. I don't even know which. A video with Kylie, Tori, and Megan, and she looked fed up. And again, bro, I kind of wanted to do a little game where we kind of guess what might have happened. And I think Tori and Meg might have been together. They came together, and I think, you know, everything was copacetic. I honestly think they might have had something going on because Meg showed up on his quarantine radio a lot. Meg was chilling with him a lot, you know what I mean? And yeah, it's good publicity, it's good this, good that, but artists do artist shit, right? You come one, twice, you get that little play. They usually do it like that. You to be that recurring point in you know, in his quarantine radio and shit like that. Like, I honestly think they were kind of getting together. So I think Tori went there with her and shit didn't play out like he thought. A lot of drinking is probably involved. I don't think this happened under any sober circumstances.
No.
And
Never.
I think this has to do with ego and jealousy, right? You at a party with one of the baddest things to walk in the party, one of the hottest artists to walk in the party, and she might have not been paying him no mind, right?
So that's what you think? You think it's jealousy?
I think it's a jealousy thing, man. I don't think if he wanted to hurt her, the gun could have been aimed higher. You know what I mean?
So you
I
think the shot was intentional? See, that's a factor with me. I'm thinking it's probably not intentional, like how Lil Wayne shot himself.
But you a kid. Wasn't he a kid
I
when that
mean,
happened?
So is he.
It's
the same height.
His size don't mean shit. Hold on. We just got a clip from BK real quick. I want to see. I'm going to send you the link. This looks like it might be the clip from... Not the shooting clip, but a clip that might have been something that led up to that. Damn. Cause you know she walked up in the party and they play "You a Savage," classy, bougie. I don't know the dance, but you know that. And then Tori's like, "Nah, I ain't been broke in a minute. I ain't." I feel bad for bro, because I know no matter what, he's gonna be made out to look like the bad guy.
Well, that's why we need evidence, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna let this clip play.
Why so tiny?
It's probably off of a phone or some shit.
We're going live.
Oh, Kylie already. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. We're live.
We had to come. We had to come kill the streets for 5 minutes.
Damn, they playing Pop Smoke in the back too.
R.I.P. Smoke.
Look at little Tori.
Tori, don't get my phone wet.
Shit. Yeah, rest in peace, Pop, dog. Definitely gone too soon, bro. Damn, Meg is a baddie, though.
Only because we have to turn.
She was like, Tori, don't get my phone wet.
Meg was looking good, though.
Yeah. But, Yeah.
Ha ha.
Oh, his deluxe dropped. I didn't know that. I know they were saying that Pop had so much music in the tuck that they could drop so much more of his music. How do you feel about that? Where they drop people's shit like after they pass away,
like post-mortem stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know, because it's not 100% their
vision.
View. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not their vision. You're just literally giving a bunch of half songs to
Yeah.
other feature artists to fill in what he didn't.
Like
put.
we don't even know. Like, and again, a lot of the music on it was good music. You know, not saying the music was particularly bad, but we don't even know if that's what he wanted to give people. You know what I mean? Like necessarily those could have just been ones he was just trying to get cause what when I listen to some of his older shit, and it's hard to say as long as the money goes to the family, I think that's always good, but I do think a lot of record labels just do it for the label, right?
I mean, this one did go number one. Like,
Yeah.
He didn't have a number one album before this one.
Yeah. And again, why are y'all supporting him now because he's gone? Like, it's always that kind of gross feeling is like, are y'all supporting him because he's gone now? Or did y'all like him already?
He was pretty big here.
No,
I'm
I'm not even doubting his NY influence or any of that. I'm just saying, like, his trajectory would have been different, right? Who knows if this album would have been the number one album or if the next one would have been the number one. Was this one only number one because he passed? But also, was this the album that he would have even wanted to release, right? Like, it's always tough, right? Because even with the Mac Miller thing, right? What was it? Swimming pools and then, or no, what?
It was swimming and then circles.
Yeah, swimming circles. Yeah, that's it. That seemed like more of a continuation project. Like, I feel like he already had the vision done with that. They probably just had to clean up some stuff, right? Because that was already kind of a concept, right? Whereas kind of the Pop album more feels to me like a bunch of tracks that might have hit, like that they were probably trying to catch one with. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if it felt as concise to me, I guess is the word. Like,
yeah.
It felt like they did have a bunch of tracks that might have not necessarily been finished, and then they got someone on it. And I'm glad 50, jumped in to help executive produce. I think that was a good, even though 50 sometimes feels like a clown to me.
Funny dude.
A clown. Just clowns
Yeah,
are
he's a
funny. Clowns are
can be
very
funny.
Yeah, clowns can be very funny. Juice WRLD shit. Yeah, exactly. Even the Juice WRLD project. That project sound like a fucking production though. Have you listened to that shit?
Nah, I was not.
I'm not
really
even
a Juice
no.
WRLD dude.
I'm not even I've heard tracks with Juice WRLD. I've never listened to a full Juice project, but
Yeah,
this
same.
project, he was on some rock star shit, bro, and that production sounds flawless. Like, he sound like this sound like the evolution of Juice WRLD. Right? I don't know if Pop shit sound to me like the evolution of Pop Smoke.
You already know.
I was like, what the hell was that? No, stop.
Wait, so did Nipsey's album drop before or after he passed?
Victory Lap was before he passed away.
Okay, it was before.
But
Okay.
he got the Grammy after he passed.
Yeah. And he also started blowing up after he passed as well. Like, Victory Lap was good, but then it really blew up after he passed.
Oh, yeah. As far as, like, because no one was really listening to fucking Crenshaw 1, 2, 3. No, like, not saying no one. Let me not even discredit my man Nip like that. Yeah. Like, there was a lot of Nip fans, but definitely once he passed and Victory Lap started hitting the cycle, bro, like, and dog, I listen to Victory Lap to this day. Like, that's such a good fucking project. Like, all of his projects are actually really fucking good.
Yeah,
Like,
and it's sad because I had to find that out after he passed.
Yeah, like,
I wish I enjoyed the ride.
I feel like, when did I get put on Nip? I feel like I got put on Nip right before Victory Lap came out, unfortunately. So it's like, I got brought into Nip listening to some interviews, because I just like listening to smart people talk.
Yeah, he's a wise man.
And you can tell he was a little ahead of his time. Even when how he talked about people, bro. Did you see that interview circulating where he was talking about academics? When that whole shit with academics just popped off?
No.
So DJ Academics got into some shit for being like a clown again, and Freddie Gibbs was basically shitting on him. And then an old clip resurfaced of Nip, and he was like, "Nah, he a fool." Like basically shitting on Academics from 3, 4, 5 years ago, just basically talking about exactly what's happening now, in that kind of past tense. Like he going that one of one song by Nip. Yeah, nah, Nip like. I feel like we're losing all the good ones. Like
yeah, he was quality, man, for sure.
like again, if you listen to like Nip's music, Nip's interviews, he's the type of person you'll listen to and actually like get that feeling of self-reflection. Like you feel like you got to do something now. Like damn, that makes sense. Like talking about ownership and building yourself up and trying to invest in yourself. He was talking like hearing the interviews where he talked about charging over $100 for his mixtape, and he was like, "Well, yeah, that's the value I put on my own shit." Like, period, right? Like,
yeah, he has such an entrepreneur mind state.
like, and the thing is, even if people started off slow, bought it slow, eventually enough of his sold where he could then put that money back into his own shit, he got his store now, he got his this, like, there's, when you see people like that do it, that really did come up from just like kind of very rough circumstances, it's hard to not listen to those people because they obviously figured something out.
Yeah.
That's why Jay-Z's so fucking captivating, even in his raps. Because you think about where he was and where he is, and you're like, to make that big of a jump in life, you got to be doing something right, and you got to know something we don't. So it's like dog, thank God we didn't lose Jay, right? Imagine, like, there's so many people that I can't even picture the world right now like they weren't in their picture, bro.
Oh my God, the day we lose Jay.
We got another comment. Pop Smoke would have been a superstar. Everyone co-signed. When Travis jumped on the track, everyone jumped on Pop. Yeah, nah. Pop was getting, even before the track. I think the Layman's jumped on the Pop once Travis hopped on the track, because Travis is a pop star to me. I don't even consider necessarily him just like a regular rapper, and I think he's kind of past that, and not in the fact of necessarily just notoriety, just even the type of music he makes is very poppy now. It's
pretty poppy now. Him, like Post Malone.
Yeah, him, Post,
like
and even Drake right now has gotten real poppy. Did you even listen to those 2 Drake tracks that dropped with DJ Khaled?
I heard Popstar. It's kind of dope.
Yeah.
I like it. I didn't hear Grease.
Grease is okay. I think Drake just dropped a track with one of his UK boys that I think is probably better than both of those, though, because it's Drake barring. I always prefer Drake barring people.
Yeah,
even if he goes in with his UK shit, and BK, I know you like his kind of that UK shit Drake come with, so I'm gonna show you that track here soon. But like, it's definitely, there's levels to this shit. But yeah, kind of to jump back to that comment, because I derailed a little bit. I think a lot of people was already on the Pop, and because his sound was just different. Like, he had such a weird sound for how he looked too to me. Like, when people's sound don't necessarily match how they look, I think that's always a benefit, because it's like a jar factor. Like, he sounded so weird to me compared to how he looked. But yeah, people were on Pop, especially obviously New York was already on Pop. Oh yeah, Five-O or whatever, Fabio, what is it, Fabio or some shit like that?
I don't think I've ever heard of him.
Yeah, he's on a track with Drake and shit too. Hold on, let me see if I can find this Drake song.
Yeah, we'll probably end after that.
Yeah.
And these streams are going by quick.
All right, Drake, Heady One, and Drake. So Heady One, it's called Only You Freestyle. So Drake is on his kind of UK shit, I'm pretty sure, on this one, from what I heard. I don't know if I give you the song to play, if it's gonna bleed into.
I don't know, man. All I know is he wants to chip with the dip.
I want my chips with the dip. That's all I know. I don't want my chips plain. I want my chips with the dip. So bring them dips.
So bring them
dips in this track.
Oh my God.
So dips.
I actually like Drake when he's in this pocket. I know a lot of people was kind of getting on him when he did those like those last couple songs that came out when he was kind of on his UK shit, but I actually like that this UK grime shit. Hold on.
I don't mind it. It's just really weird to just come out of nowhere with it.
Yes.
And just say ting this and ting that.
Well, that's also a Canada thing, so it's like a blend.
I think he
Yes.
made it more of a Canada thing.
Maybe.
Boy,
Cocky Drake, yeah. I
Again and
always like when
again.
Drake talks his
again
shit.
and again.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
bloke.
That's the thing. I expect you to talk your shit when you're at Drake's level, though. Like,
Yeah.
like,
Drake can do that because he's Drake.
yeah. Are you loaded up in this shit? We don't even have to listen to the full thing. I just want to let a couple bars play. I'll put it in Discord. And yeah, we'll end on that because we passed that hour and change. And this is a good episode. Fuck.
Oh yeah.
Alright, bet.
Drop this ting.
Yes.
And it's always dope beats, bro. I look like the beats are always so like,
Grimy.
yeah.
Again and again. Again and again. Yeah. Yo. Chose my jam this you for a chain and give it to a sweet one called out Maya Jama. Giving out gifts like Santa, sipping on Santa. Used to do lean and wop. Closet full up with designer, coming like Panda. Yeah, gal just came to the booth and asked for a wheel. She never heard drill in Atlanta. Arabic ting told me that I look like Yusuf, look like Hamza. Habibti, please. Ana Akid, Inte Oana Akhla. Whip hop skull in
Damn,
Gaza,
some
but
Hebrew
not
in this?
Gaza, but still it's a Maza. Niggas want peace like a Saba, but we let bridge them burn like grabber. Boy,
Oh.
4 in the clears and 1 in the heady. Hand don't shake, man,
Good
hold that
buddy.
steady. You man love pose with a ting for the picture. You man should've bust that ting already. You man love hezzy. Yeah, can't back chat to the prezi. You know when the beef just tastes like veggie. Gal go wrist for Manny Petty. CC bag look nice, but the Birkin bag look way more heavy. That's just a big gal thing, man, you get me. Rainy just turned mummy, and that's my sis, so I just turned up T. Fan mail came to the crib from a youth that loves me. I swear that touched me. I never even drive no whips I own, so they all look way too dusty.
I love the guy just stares at the camera and does nothing.
Man said they would do this and that, but the man wasn't really that wassy, was he? Nah, the man wasn't ready that what? 1942 hits my system, man, get way too frosty, buzzy. Girls from the past.
Is that Joe Budden? What the
one.
fuck? Hold on.
No way.
Did I just see? Look at this dude in the left. That can't be Budden, right? Hold on. Not the dude
him?
not the dude just staring at us, but the dude to the left.
Dude leaning?
Yeah, hold on. That kind of looked like.
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Almost though.
He had the old Budden beard, the like across
Yeah,
the
right.
whole
You almost
face.
had me shook. I was just like, why is he trying to make that just like so nonchalant? Like we ain't gonna talk about it.
Shit, you man been dropping lately. Don't make me have to fly my iTunes. So much people buy into my hype. Don't make me have to buy my hype too. Dealt with a big homie already. Don't make me have to side by side you. Enough times he tried to hide behind you. Amnesia, but when I remind you, I'm touching road and I can't find you. Word to the MOB, I'm tied to. I'm giving up when I decide to. Cheese.
He had a couple bars in there. I know it's harder to understand him when he's doing that shit, but he has a like. If you listen back, he has some stunting ass bars in that shit. Let me see, Heady one, and I want to give him credit because he be putting on so many people I've never heard of.
That's true. Yeah, he has like a lot of like odd features that.
Like
no
that
one heard.
Chicago freestyle, I always bring that shit up because that Giveon kid, his album is one of my favorite albums right now. I literally listen to that shit almost twice a week. Like, he always finds a way to bring out the people who just has a sound that you're not really used to, and like bring them to the forefront. Cause not saying this Heady one dude wasn't popular where he's from, but I had no idea who the fuck this is.
Wait, I didn't even see anyone else besides Drake.
Oh no, he's coming up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's coming up. So like, there's just ample times, even when Drake was doing the shoot shit with that dude, the dude that was shoot. Like, I didn't know who the fuck that was. There's so many like low key artists Drake puts on. I think people forget that Drake put on Kendrick early on. Kendrick had his own little following, his Section 80 following, but a lot of that early feature shit Drake put on Meek early. Like, a lot of people don't realize, like, Drake is ahead of the game on a lot of this shit. Like, that church song from, what is it, Dream Chasers 2 featuring Drake? Come on. We cannot say that shit didn't change the trajectory of Meek Mill's career.
That's a lot of bad bitches in the
Building. Amen. Come on, like, we gotta, again, he gets a lot of credit, but I also think people kind of be forgetting, like, he's been around long enough that some of the people that people is vibing with now was put on by Drake. Like,
Yeah, it's crazy to think that he's like a veteran now.
bro, he's in the game almost 2 decades.
Yeah, I mean, I remember him like 2008, 2009.
2007 was when I think I first heard of him, because I was on MySpace, and I know I put Replacement Girl as my MySpace song. It was a song with him featuring Trey Songz, because that's when him and Trey was in a lot of songs together before whatever issues they ran into kind of hit the fan. But yeah, I fuck with Drake when he's on this show. I want to hear this Heady one, dude, though. It's number 12 on trending right now. Like,
Oh, how we hit leggies. How much price of the gang got many? Did I ever have to rise that dots? It was just under my bed and ready. Bro, chin up or up, boy, I swear he got chinned already. That next one for you was boss, then he got shot. Nathan Tete. Put his bad beat on Henny. My next one from Yard Love Reggae. We dishing our store in Telly, then we in France putting out Trezeguet. She looks sexy, sipping on Henny. Approach girl, then I pass the penny. She gives Henny, my tracksuit, Louis now covered in Fenty.
she gives Heady.
Clean the store, then I stop it, smelling like petty. Put a dark in the blue, then we put it in the red. What a telly. Them times was M-way. I mean M-way, T-house, M-way. Now it's Penty, uptown Penty. Bentley, Range, then Bentley. Have you ever had your pockets empty? But still find a bread to afford a Trenton. 6 liters flying through F's, and I've seen life from both perspectives. That spot so far up Sarton Route got no connection. I'd have run through so much Scottish notes, couldn't care about no recession. Still get a 1 joke call from Boogie. Judge gave me 20 years straight, it moved me. CPS murder in a dot like Rupert. Can't little bro when I done him so ruthless. Got his cootie, she half Cuban. Probably why she like playing with the Cubans.
Is it 2 different people?
Booters, eating up town all suited.
I don't know anymore.
Booted. They wasn't with us when the G's were bootleg. Putting that work, we had
Oh, no,
evidence.
same dude.
Moving,
I was like, is that a group?
All 4 of the 3-2, all bells as a toothpick. No rap cat, we just speak what the truth is. Don't forgive them, they don't know what they're doing. Shotgun, open that.
I like that pocket right there.
How it feels to be losing. If all was permanent, found it amusing. That is true for me like I'm canoeing. Time just flying. I'm just trying to see this life thing to my juvies. So the beef is frying. They ain't trying to stop sliding. 2C.
Again, I know some of the bars is easy to miss because the dialect, and I know he's using slang that we probably don't know what the fuck's going on. But that last pocket he was in, that cadence, that shit sounded smooth as fuck.
Yeah, it was a cool switch up.
Again, like, maybe not your cup of tea, but the fact that Drake's not afraid of switching shit up, trying new shit, stepping out of his, his box, so to speak,
Yeah,
I
of course,
guess,
you gotta break
right?
boundaries.
Like, there's just a lot going on there that you can unpack, you know what I mean? And what was that one he released recently, War? When he was out in snow and shit on the snowboard? I thought that shit was fire. When he was out there just talking mad shit, like, Drake sometimes gets it, like, now it seems like when he's rapping about, like, in that kind of drill style, he gets more into his braggadocious shit, or, like, his, like, yeah, challenging himself. That's the whole thing. I know a lot of people got on him when he started to do, damn, what's that fucking, what's that style that him and Rihanna was doing? Dance hall or whatever, where he kind of did his, like dance.
The more Caribbean
Yeah.
dance.
But the fact is, again, he brought people into the limelight that I didn't know about that was in that lane. And then he also, the pop star, challenged himself to even do that type of music. And I just feel like when people try to put someone in a box, it's like you're not allowing anyone to evolve or discover new things they like or try to, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Drake raps, but who knows? These genres might be more appealing to him than rap.
Yeah, once you're that level star though, you definitely want to push the envelope, because you can do the same hip hop stuff like in your sleep.
Yeah, I think that's what the thing. A lot of people and then people but then there's the two sides, right? People get mad at Drake for trying to switch up, but then it's like, when you think about Eminem, I don't think Eminem's really switched up what he's done ever. And then people get mad at Eminem for not switching up, right? So people need to make their minds up. Do you want people to stay the same, or do you want people to try new shit, right? I think at the end of the day, it's like they're okay with it if you do it well, but they don't give people room for error. You know what I'm saying? Like, people could get a miss. People could strike out. You know what I'm saying?
Everyone has a Snoop line here and there.
Yeah, a Snoop line.
Gotta try though,
bro. Or what is it? What is Love? P Diddy called himself Love, motherfucker. Like,
oh yeah, I don't know.
Come on, like,
I forgot about that.
Yeah, a lot of people did, not me. like there's a lot of things that, like, Fabulous for president. Yo,
Fabulous for president.
Fabulous and Jadakiss in office right now. Let's get Freddie versus Jason in office right now. Yo, I wouldn't mind a Freddie versus Jason part 2. And I do think Jadakiss.
Absolutely. They're a great duo.
Yeah, and I do think Jadakiss beat him in that versus battle. I don't know if you kind of heard any of that went on.
I haven't peeped it.
Jadakiss came with heaters, bro. Like
the bangers, huh?
Yeah, he brought bangers out. But Freddie versus Jason for office 2020. I think that's a good spot to end off.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yo, as always, man, thanks for hanging out. I'm glad we get to do this shit.
Yeah, man, this was another fun session with my boy. Thank y'all for listening.
You're
True Renegade, you know what it is. Cloudy he is, your boy. Hit us up on the socials at The Real Shy Guys, Patreon, YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, SoundCloud, Reddit, Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, Discord, and now Spotify. Stay tuned. We're on the up and up. Your mom's house is next. We love you.
Which she's using her Spotify. You know what I'm saying? So let's get it.
Yeah, we're sharing the account. That's how much it is.
Yeah. Yo, BK, thanks for vibing with us. Yo, it's always dope to have someone in the comments. Yeah.